So we are at Standard TV and Appliance, and I'm here with our good friend Chef David Musial, and this book came to us recently. It's called Tastosterone, and it's a book specifically for men and with really easy recipes overall that help us guys get in the kitchen and cook like we're chefs.
What it's all about, trying to get the men back in the kitchen.
So you went through this for us and you picked out something. Tell us which one you picked out.
I did. What I picked out was soft taco vegetable stir fry. A lot of people are trying to incorporate more vegetables,
Certainly.
a little bit less meat. So this actually is a great way to serve your vegetables, and they'll taste a lot better. And what I like in this is that a lot of us are doing the Meatless Monday.
Yeah.
So that's what this is about, Meatless Monday.
And then if you wanted meat, you could add it on Tuesday.
Right, for Taco Tuesday.
That's right. So now I have to say, it looks like you're going to do some sauteing, and David, that always kind of concerns me because I'm never quite sure how to do it right.
So the main thing when you're sauteing is what you're trying to do is you want to cook things quickly. And you don't want to steam them. So you want to have a hot pan. You want to have a little bit of oil, and probably the biggest thing too is that you want to cook things in batches. You know, similar size cuts of vegetables and similar size, or type of density. So like on this, we got carrots. We got onions, and we have broccoli, and they're going to cook pretty fast.
And I would have thought that onions would have been a softer density, but you have them in here with these.
They are softer, but the thing about onions is that you want them to kind of sweeten up.
Okay.
So you want to cook them a little bit more. So they will get softer, but things like carrots are a really dense vegetable. And the broccoli, some people don't like the stems.
Sure, certainly.
Al dente. I actually like it that way.
Well, I also noticed that you use avocado oil. What are the reasons for that?
So it's an interesting oil. The principles behind a lot of them are what their smoke point is, or when you get the smoke, and we have some here. This is a really hot pan. This has a really high smoke point. If I was to use something like butter or olive oil, this pan would probably be black by now.
Okay. And the flavor really isn't that noticeable?
The flavor is really neutral.
Okay.
And it's also considered a more healthy oil.
So how long do you think these harder vegetables will take to do?
This is going to take about 3 to 4 minutes. So we're going to let these go for about that long, and then we'll start adding the softer ones.
Perfect. So David, it's been a few minutes now, and you think these are done?
Yeah, you can see they're getting nice and brown. So now we can add the vegetables that are going to cook a lot quicker, especially things like mushrooms.
Now here's another question I have when I've seen you do this. I always, in my mind, think that sauteing is really, really like hardly anything, but this is pretty full.
It is, and it might be a little bit fuller than it really should be. And if you're concerned that you can't get enough high heat on it, what you can do is cook it in batches.
Okay.
Cook one batch, take it out. But the pan's pretty hot, and the way you can tell if there's a problem is you'll see a lot of moisture coming off. What you don't want to do is steam. So we're actually not steaming, we're doing pretty good.
And how are we choosing these vegetables?
So most of these were from the recipe in the book. I substituted a few, but basically whatever in season, whatever you like.
Okay, easy.
It's your choice. The key is to get those vegetables in the diet.
Okay, so this will take a couple more minutes, and we'll be
minutes,
back
and
and
we'll be
finish
ready.
this up, huh?
You'll be eating.
So David, that looks like it's about done.
It does. They look really nice. They got some really nice brown color on them. So you want to cook them the way you like them. I don't like mushy vegetables. Some people do, but so either taste one, see if it's got the right crunch or the doneness you like, or you can always insert a knife in and just see how easy it goes in.
The easier it goes in, the more they're done, right?
They're done. Yep. So again, this is about as easy as it gets. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to throw them in a bowl, and then we're going to have you dress them. And what we're going to do is add a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of soy sauce.
And that's already pre-done right here, right?
Yep, it is.
So now while I do this, you have some tortillas here. Tell us about what you're going to do with those.
So it's just going to be a flour tortilla. If I was at home, I have a griddle that I normally use. But if you don't have a griddle and you want to heat it up, just throw it on your burner. If you have a gas burner. Yeah, electric
I feel like I would burn them terribly if I did that.
you just got to turn them real quick. You're just trying to heat them a little bit and soften them. But again, like I said, if you have an electric burner, it won't work. It'll stick and
So you have to either use the fire or the skillet one?
Yes.
And then once that is warmed up, this all just goes into that?
Yep. And then there's a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
I love that this was called a taco of some kind, right? But
soft taco.
Soft taco. It really almost looks like an Asian meal, though.
It does, and it's got the soy sauce. But oddly enough, I actually had fajitas one time up in Victoria, British Columbia, and they used soy sauce, and I couldn't tell what the unusual taste was.
And it was that?
Them, and it was actually very good.
So then we just fill this in a little bit with that?
Yeah. And then if you like salsa, add a little salsa.
And is there a specific kind? You have La Victoria here.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you like. Or if you don't like salsa, no salsa.
Then you don't have to do salsa at all. And then, now, this This is Parmesan. Again, another mixture of
know.
a different type of
But one of the things
cheese.
in the book is that they promote is different things and then try what you like.
Yeah.
So if you want to use cheddar, Monterey Jack, use what you want.
Well, and speaking of trying what you like, I'm going to try this right
right.
now. Are your fingers crossed?
Not my recipe, but I cooked it.
Oh my goodness.
Good?
Yes. I mean, it really has great flavor. And, you know, I'm not a vegetarian, but
Right.
I would eat that and be completely happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to be able to incorporate vegetables.
Yeah, it really is. Now, if you're one of those ladies out there who loves your guy, but you think, you know, he gets in the kitchen and he can't really do what I want him to do, get him this book and you can make him a chef in the kitchen. It's very easy. Go to gardentime.tv. You figure out how you can get this for yourself. Thank you so much, Chef David.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.